Where did those other stickers go? I swear to God there was something sitting on top of here. Maybe not. Okay. We are going to be filming the week of my 30th birthday. Woo! Also the week my sister was in town. Woo! We've got lots to talk about, lots to go over, and we're just going to jump right on into it. This is like a situation where we have so many boxes. I have to decide what we're gonna do. So we have a tall box. So I'm gonna need 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8, 9, 10. I have one box I'm not gonna use. Okay, I'm personally not gonna use the Goomba because I think Goombas look a little like something else. So we're just gonna jump into this. I'm gonna be using the It's a Me foil bundle and in Pastel Rainbow, and I have my custom scripts in font choice 11. This comes with confetti headers, this page is standards, the It's a Me overlays, a custom washi that's only available in this foil bundle, and the underlays. We're gonna jump into it because this was a very exciting week. It was not only my birthday, but my sister came to town for the first time in over a year, and she and her GF Brooke came to visit, and it was so good. They were coming on Tuesday. So Monday the 8th, my birthday was Tuesday the 9th, and they came in on my birthday. But basically, we had a post office drop, got groceries, got McDonald's breakfast, and then I basically did a deep clean. I changed all the sheets on the beds. I did a deep vacuum, dust, like did the whole 9 to get ready for my guests because I get paranoid that people are gonna come to my house and think I'm gross. Honestly, I think that stems from, I need some lotion, from the fact that my mom has like some friends that, and I mean no harm because this particular person, nobody's gonna know who it is except for my sister. Nicest person on earth, but her house was quite gross, and it was something we, it was like to the point that like we didn't really want to go there, and so I just want my house to give off a good impression, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have our days of the week from my shop. These are in font choice 5 unfoiled. Then I'm gonna grab the date numbers from the foil bundle, which are gonna be in Pastel Rainbow, but font choice 5, and the hole protectors, which are gonna be again Pastel Rainbow in hole choice 3. But I did that, and then I did a bit of reading. What was I reading around this point? Oh, I was reading Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham, which was the September book club pick. It's probably still September by the time you guys are seeing this, question mark. If not, we're gonna be, right now I just put up the poll today for the October book, but book club always linked down below. But I did that, watched YouTube, and then Chris and I were watching Wednesday, trying to get caught up on that because Dimension 20 was being a real big asshole and was just like not loading for days on end. But anywho, we did that, and then Tuesday was the glorious day. For some reason, the whole thing is so funny, I thought my sister got in at like 5:30 p.m. She thought that she got in at 1 p.m. We were all wrong because she was getting in at 11. Okay, so the issue is that this was Chris's early day at work, so I woke up super early and brought Chris to work. This was my birthday. I didn't even mark it, but I did go. I got myself Round Rock donuts. It was really embarrassing because the guy working there, I was wearing Mickey Mouse pajama pants, and this man says to me, "I like your pajamas." And my dad was like, "Well, why'd you wear pajamas out of the house?" And I'm like, "Because I was going through the drive-thru. I didn't anticipate anybody seeing me. Like, it was a drive-thru." Ugh, but their drive-thru is like the type where somebody is like out there with an iPad, kind of like Chick-fil-A drive-thru. And oh my God, it was so mortifying. Mortifying way to start my birthday. But I was officially 30 this day. It's so funny. In my other planner, this was also a spread with 2 scenes, which is like not common. So the fact that both of them have 2 scenes is kind of wild. But anywho, I picked my sister and Brooke up from the airport this day. Woo! Yeah! Oh yeah, baby! And I had started also reading Roll for Romance. So I was reading that throughout this week, like a couple of chapters or a chapter a night. So if I don't mention that I was reading, just know that's what I was reading. And honestly, I ended up DNFing it physically and getting the audiobook because the writing was not working for me. But I actually did end up really liking it once I switched. So anywho, I picked them up and my sister was starving to death. So we went and got breakfast, well, brunch, I guess, technically. And it was delicious. And then we headed back to my house. We had some time to kill before we needed to go pick Chris up from work. So we played some games. We played Adulthood, which is a super fun game. It's like a couple of steps above Life, but it's kind of like the same concept where you're like living your life. Not really even the same concept. In this, you're like, you have to like manage your time to try to have like a happy but impactful life. It's actually quite fun and they liked it. So we played that. And whenever we picked Chris up from work, we stopped by the bookstore, which was fun. And we came home, chilled for a bit. I think we all that night played Quacks, which is a bag building push your luck potion making game, which was a ton of fun. And we went and got Mexican food for dinner. And my sister was super tired. It was one of those things where we were like talking and we had like basically all kind of like agreed that it would be best for them to just get a good night's sleep this night so that they could be well rested for the rest of the trip. And I was in total agreement with that. It's like absolutely, absolutely. So they went to bed and Chris and I just kind of like binge watched more Wednesday because neither of us were particularly tired. It was like 8:30, which was like 9:30 their time, which they're kind of early to bed people anyway. But additionally, they had been up since like 3 in the morning because of their flight. So they got to bed and we just binge watched Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, I brought Chris to work, of course. And then I came home and just kind of chilled until the girls woke up. Wednesday is also one of Chris's early days, so had to drop him off quite early. And then the girls and I went to Hop Dottie. My sister really likes Hop Dottie, so whenever she's here, she wants to go. So we went and did that, which was fine. I just got the Parmesan truffle fries. And then we went to the Domain, walked around for a bit. I got gelato. We then drove out to Round Rock because we had like some time to kill before Chris got out of work. We went to a couple of bookstores and then we happened upon this other store. If you guys have seen in my vlogs me wearing a sweatshirt that just says I'll just have the chicken tenders, it's where I got that sweatshirt. And like, I have never seen this store before. And it almost, my sister described it, and I think the best way, of it felt like we were at an in-person, like we were like on the Etsy website, but in person. And it was just all of these, it almost felt like you were in like a market, whereas all these individual vendors, but nobody working at them. So you could just like walk around and then you grab whatever you wanted, and then their like shop name, I think, from what I'm understanding, is like on the like tag, I guess, on the hanger, whatever, and so they're able to distinguish which vendor it's from. But it was so much fun, and so we did that, and then we came home, chilled for a bit, and then we went to this restaurant called Good Folks, which is so delish, so yum. Always a big fan of that. I think it was Brooke's favorite thing she ate. Oh, I guess I'm not using Mario Kart Mario either because I miscounted, but that's fine because I already have Mario on the other side, so I don't like really feel the need to have him twice anyway. So yeah, we went, everybody besides me, I got soup and a salad, and everybody else at the table got fried chicken, and they all said it was really, really good. So there's that. And then we had a bit of a game night. I don't remember what we played, but we played something. Thursday, we woke up in the morning. We started working on this puzzle that my sister bought. It's this really cute Christmas themed puzzle. And next time she comes, we're gonna rebuild it and like Mod Podge it so I can like use it as a Christmas decoration, because it's actually like really cute. But we did that, and then we went and dropped Chris off at work, and we drove to Andrea's house. I was the driver because her car was in the shop. Well, Nick's car was in the shop, so he needed her car. Blah, blah, blah. But I was the driver, and I drove us down to Soup Leaf, and we got some hot pot, and we went shopping. And we came back to Andrea's house, hung out with the kids for a bit, which was always a blast. And then we ordered food, and it was so funny because, like, Theo was just, like, the way that he loves salad is just so funny. So he was sitting on my lap and we were sharing my salad, and it was just the cutesy. And then we played some games. Then whenever Chris got out of work, I was like, yo, because I had told him one day while Haley's here, he's probably going to have to Uber home. I was like, you can either Uber home, but if you want to hang out and play games with us, you can just Uber to Andrea's. So he Ubered to Andrea's, and we had, like, a little fun impromptu game night, which was a blast. Friday, we woke up, we went and got brekkie again at, like, the same place we went to the first day that they got there, because it's Haley's absolute favorite place. She's obsessed with it. So I was not surprised at all when she wanted to go back, and I was obviously down because I too am quite a fan. And, well, I wasn't not a fan, but I was like, not, like, obsessed with it for a little bit. I kind of went through, like, a phase, because whenever I'm there, I always would get the biscuits and gravy meal, which obviously delish. However, the biscuits and gravy meal came with eggs, and they wouldn't let me switch the eggs out for anything, and it, like, annoyed me. So I was like, well, I feel like it's a waste of money because I'm not, like, getting the whole meal, but I'm still paying for the whole meal situation. But I was like, they have biscuits and gravy as a side, and it's like $5. So I have now started just getting that and a side of onion rings, and it's perfect and amazing, and I am loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm gonna put this here because I absolutely want Rosalina, because Rosalina, and we'll do this, like, all the toads here on the toads. I think it's really cute. Rosalina is, in fact, my favorite. We will toss Boo here on her. That's kind of cute. Then I guess we can pop that on there. Why not? Why not? A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then I'll just do some little doodads here in the corner. But yeah, so we did that. We came home, we played a bunch of games, and I cooked. I had to go to we also went to the grocery store because the day before, Andrea was like, so you know what I was really thinking about? And I'm like, what? And she's like, cob dip. And I'm like, is this you asking me to make it tomorrow? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I had to go get the stuff to make cob dips. Then we came home. We were just kind of hanging out. We did, in fact, this day originally had plans to go downtown. But the thing is that we were all very, very full from lunch, which was fair. And so we started playing some games. I taught them how to play Worm Span, which was actually, it was very classic. My sister, we started the game, and she's like, I don't like this game. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to play it, but I don't like it. And then by the end of the game, this bitch is kicking our ass, winning, and she's like, I guess I do like it. And I'm like, bitch, of course you do, because you're kicking everybody's booty. And she was just like, hee hee hee. So ended up being super fun to play that one. And I think we played something else this day, maybe not. But, oh, we played Coffee Rush one of the days too. That was stressful, but yeah, had a blast. And so basically, my sister prior to coming was like, yeah, like, I want to go downtown, but she's like, I'm not really, like, into going out and drinking anymore. Like, I've aged past that. And I was like, thank God, because I'm not about that either. But then simultaneously, she was like, I want to go downtown. I'm like, yeah, that's completely fine, but, like, what do you want to do? Because if you're not drinking, the options are, like, it's not like her kind of shopping, you know what I mean? Like, she has a very specific kind of shopping she likes to do, which is like outlet shopping. She's not like into like fancy stores, you know what I mean? So I was like, I don't really know, and I don't really honestly even know what kind of shopping there is down there. So I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, we can get food down there, but like, and we can go to Book People, but there's nothing really else that like I can think of. And she's like, yeah, actually, let's just not. And I was like, and by the time we were like gonna get hungry, it was like rush hour. So we just kind of decided to not, you know what I mean? So I made the dip, and we went to this newer to us restaurant called 5-4. And then we went to Andrea's house and we did a D&D one-shot. Andrea was our humble dungeon master, and it was super fun getting to show my sister D&D. I don't think she really liked it, but she at least now can say she's done it. You know what I mean? So there was that, and then Saturday I brought them to the airport. I came home and took a nap because I barely slept. Watched YouTube, and then this was the day of the Canelo fight, so I did watch the fights. They were shitty, so I did that. And then Sunday I watched YouTube. I was just very, very tired. I had a individual Discord call with Teresa, one of the girls in the D&D group, so that I could basically give her the TLDR on her character, make sure she was ready to go for next week for session 1. Got takeout and watched the started the final episode of Dimension 20. Let's zoom in for the day by day. Okay. As a reminder, I am using Font Choice 11 with this. It's the font that I choose to use whenever I use anything that's more like fun, because it's like a big chunky font. So, first thing, post office drop. So I now all of a sudden have hiccups. Groceries, McDonald's, and cleaning. The yellow pattern is for sure my favorite with like the stars, but just so you know. Then I'm going to use the mini icons. You can buy this size sheet, like this sheet of mini icons in the shop. It's called mini icons. There's a 2.0 where they're more filled in, and then we do have individual sheets of a bunch of them. If there's anything you would like to see an individual sheet of, for sure let me know. So we're going to pull in the envelope, the grocery cart, and the fast food icon. We do have full sheets of those fast food icons in the shop. Ooh. I've been like really not reaching for the last video I did. I had all of the add-ons, but because I bought this either prior to them or during a pop culture pop-up, I don't have them. So I think I'm gonna try to use as many, like, do I have a lot of Mario related icons? I might not like have that many. I think I only have like Mario or Luigi, Toad, and Peach. I don't know, but we'll do our best to use Mario themed icons. We'll pop that in there for cleaning, and then we'll grab our scripts, our little scripty poos, P.O. drop, groceries, McDonald's, and clean. That looks so good. Then down here, I'm gonna mark reading. YouTube binging. And TV time, which is code word for we watched Wednesday. I did like season 2. I did not like it as much as season 1, but I did still think it was quite entertaining. For reading, we'll just grab Miss Princess Peach. Why not? Who's your favorite Mario character, and who do you play in Mario Kart? My favorite character is Toad and Rosalina, and in Mario Kart, like when I was a kid, my go-to, or like Toadette too, my go-to Mario Kart character was Koopa. It started out with Toad, but then because I was Toad, Haley wanted to be Toad, and it was just easier to let her be Toad than to fight with her over Toad, so then I switched to Koopa. But that's kind of where that landed for me. And then we'll grab TV time from the foil bundle. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we're gonna mark that my sister came in this day. And then we went to get food. We did. I'm gonna grab my favorite pattern here, and we played some games. Okay, so for picking my sister and Brooke up, I'm gonna use the airplane icon because I picked them up at the airport, of course. And then for food, we'll use the place setting icon. And then for our little game night, we will use Luigi. Mario, I think, is just a little bit too red. I'm gonna try using him, but if it looks bad, we'll replace it. So I'm just gonna grab some scripts now. Again, font choice 11. And yeah, I'm obsessed with the way that this font looks. Game and night. It was more like a game morning and a game night, but it's fine. It's just what I had, so it's what we used, you know? So we'll do this, and then we got, this is for going to the bookstore, and then we got Mexican food, and then Chris and I binge watched Wednesday while the other girlies were sleeping. So for going to Half Price Books, I'm going to use the shopping icon from the mini icons sheet. For getting Mexican food, I'm going to use the place setting icon again. And then for Chris and I just watching some TV. Does this like look horrible? No, it doesn't look as bad as I thought. We're going to use the little toad. The little toad is funny looking. So for that, we're going to grab an HPB. La Tapatía, and Binge Watch, which is going to be in font choice 5. Okay. Then up here, we're going to mark that we went to Hop Dottie. My sister loves a burger, so the way that they have like the burger of the month is just so fun to her. She had a favorite restaurant I think the restaurant has gone downhill, but she had a restaurant that she really liked that did that as well at home, but you know how it goes sometimes with restaurants. Okay, so for going to Hop Dottie, I'm gonna grab Mario. We're just throwing in all the characters because I don't really have like a reason to use them most of the time. Then I'm going to use the heart icon from the mini icons sheet. And then for going to the domain, we're going to grab another Princess Peach. So we'll do Hop Dottie, Gelato, and the domain. Wonderful. Then down here we went to the weird little shopping situation in Round Rock, which again was a freaking blast. We went to Good Folks and we played some games. So for going shopping, we're just going to grab, oh, I didn't realize I had these things. One of the stars. Love it. So cute. And then for going to Good Folks, I already used both of the place settings. I'm gonna use the other heart because it was delish. And then this is going to be for game night. Game night. Ooh, yeah. Do I not have anything in the blue section that's Mario? I thought that these toads were in like variety colors, so it would be some in blue. Oh, it's on the next page. Here it is. Perfect. Wonderful for game night. So for Round Rock shopping, Good Folks, and game night. stellar behavior first half of the week. Moving into the second half, we worked on that puzzle. That we did. And then we did go for hot pot, which was so delish, as always. It's always so good. And we did some shopping. Okay. So for going to working on the puzzle, I'm gonna use the coin box from Mario. Why not? Why not? Why not? Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle. Want me to get and I'll be a happy snowman. We'll use this for hot pot, and then we'll grab Luigi for going shopping. Okay, so for puzzling, we've got this puzzle, hot pot, and I'm gonna grab the shopping from the foil bundle, which is in font choice 6. Okay, down yonder, we're gonna mark that we hung out with the children. With the children, we ordered food for Din Din, and then we were gaming, baby. Perfect. So for being with the kiddos, going to grab a Mario. For ordering food, I'm gonna grab the car. It was delivered, but we can pretend. And then for game night, I'm gonna grab this like pink toad, why not? Okay, so with the kids, Cotton Patch Cafe, gaming. Amazing, amazing, amazing. On to Friday. It was our last full day together, which was just so devastating, truly. Truly, truly. I did these colors all not in the right order on that day, but whatever, it's fine. So we went and got breakfast, and then whenever we got back, we did a bit of gaming, and then I made cob dip, and then like I also made Brooke like a little separate container of it because she doesn't like bacon, and as a picky girl I like to make sure everybody's taken care of food wise because I'm used to feeling like there's nothing for me to eat, so I didn't want her to feel that way, so I was being like extra mindful and trying to be accommodating. So we'll grab a star for getting food, and then for playing, we played Wormspan, and I thought it was funny because like I have like little dragon stickers, so I think I will still use like a dragon for us playing Wormspan because like it's funny. That game's actually quite fun. I do recommend. I like it more than Wingspan, but also dragons are way better than birds in my humble opinion. Perky Bean, gaming. And then we'll grab a cook script from my custom multi as well. Cool. Then we went to 5-4 for dinner. Had our game night, our D&D sesh. Ooh, Kia technically green. No, don't ask green. I'm just not gonna put in my YouTube binge because I didn't have a green flag that I could use, so I had to use this. You know what I mean? So if we're going to 5-4, I'm going to use the coin, and for D&D, I'm gonna use Princess Peach. So we'll use 5-4 here, and I actually don't have a D&D script on this. Oh, yes, I do. I'm just blind. There it is, a D&D. Wonderful. Then this was the saddest moment ever where I have to say goodbye to my sissy poo, which I hate to do, but I did. I think I grabbed us McDonald's breakfast on my drive back, or I got myself McDonald's breakfast on the drive back. Either way, it happened. And then I just kind of relaxed because I was so exhausted. And then we'll fill that in. For me being sad, I'm going to grab the other airplane icon because it involved me being sad about driving them to the airport. I'm going to grab the fast food icon for that. And then we will grab the toad dude to mark relaxing. So I'm going to grab my sad biatch script, fast food from the foil bundle, as well as relax from the foil bundle. That was diagonal, but like whatever. Then down here, all I'm gonna mark is YouTube binge, and then I watched the fights, and that's pretty much all there is to say about this portion of the day. But I get to use this super cute yellow box, so I am pretty thrilled about that. So I'm gonna grab Mario here for YouTube binge, and then we'll grab Peach maybe for the fights. Just so funny to use Peach for that, but whatever. Fights and YouTube binge. And then on to Sunday, I watched YouTube in the morning. I'm gonna grab green for that. And I was just so tired, so exhausted, truly. So for YouTube, let's grab Luigi because he like matches the green box, and I think the box is cute. And then we'll use this for being really tired. You can use the YouTube binge from the foil bundle, font choice 4, and the tired as fuck, which is in font choice 5. And then I did do a little call with Teresa. So we'll mark that with this. Got some takeout. And then started in on the final episode of Dimension 20, which is just so devastating to be that close to the end. I've like finished it since, and I am very sad about it. I'm just gonna grab the phone icon for talking with Teresa, even though it was like via Discord, it's like fine. I'm gonna use the car icon to mark getting takeout, and then I do think I'm gonna deviate and actually use a D20 for watching this because it's very monumental, one of the last episodes, you know what I mean? So I think I need to like actually use this to mark it. So we'll mark Teresa. There's that. Takeout. I'm gonna use the takeout script from the foil bundle. And then a little Dimension. Well, then we started watching Dimension 20, which I don't have a script for. I forgot to make one. Ah! What do I want to use instead? I'll just use the YouTube binge. It's whatever. And that's everything. That's my birthday week, guys. It's done. It's beautiful. I love her. I love Pastel Rainbow. It's just so pretty, so magical, so wonderful. And I miss my sister so much. The fact that like I'm not going to see her till next year literally makes me want to throw up. And for shits and gigs, I looked up flights for me and Chris to like go to New York anytime the rest of this year, and it's like $1,000. So it's not happening. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.